one property of impulse x of t into delta t is x of 0 into delta t, because delta t is present at the origin. This impulse function is present at the origin. So after multiplication, the signal x of t will be calculated at x of 0, because delta t is present only at the origin and the amplitude of delta t is unknown. Similarly, if I have x of omega into delta omega, then this will be x of 0 into delta omega, because delta omega will be present at the origin and the amplitude of delta omega is unknown. Then in TTM, we have learned that the properties of Fourier transform, like d by dt x of t has Fourier transform j omega x of omega. Then duality property, if x of t has Fourier transform x of omega, then capital X of t has Fourier transform 2 pi small x of minus omega. And if the signal is even, this becomes 2 pi x of omega. If the signal x of omega is even, then it becomes 2 pi x of omega. Then any signal is made up of even part and odd part. That means any signal x of t is, it has even part xct plus odd part. Even though the signal is neither even nor odd, but that signal has some even part and that signal has some odd part. Then unit step signal, even part of unit step is 1 by 2. Odd part of unit step is 1 by 2 signum t. 1 by 2 signum t. I will just draw the sketch of signum function. So this is the sketch of signum function. Its amplitude is 1. For t greater than 0, its amplitude is minus 1. For t less than 0. Then your rectangular signal is even function. And its stake is minus t by 2 to capital T by 2. Minus t by 2 to capital T by 2. Amplitude is A. This is the sketch of rectangular signal. This is non-periodic signal. This is a non-periodic signal, and mathematical expression is A rect of small t upon capital T equal to A for duration minus t by 2 to t by 2, and it is 0 otherwise. This is convolution definition, unit number 2. I am covering some basics which are required for the Fourier transform. So this is the convolution definition, I hope you know. Then here we are sketching signal with respect to tau. Then this u of t minus tau is present from minus infinity to t whenever the signals are sketched with respect to tau. And amplitude of u of tau is 1. Amplitude of u of t minus tau is 1. So as my signal u of t minus tau is present from minus infinity to t, I need to change the integration limits. Here I need to change the integration limits. This becomes integration minus infinity to t, because u of t minus tau is present from minus infinity to t, and x of tau and u of t minus tau has amplitude 1. So this is the thing, x of tau into d tau. So x of t convolution u of t is this thing. X of t convolution u of t is this much. So integration minus infinity to t x of tau d tau is x of t convolution u of t. Then convolution becomes multiplication. If we take the Fourier transform of this, that means we are taking the Fourier transform of this, and the convolution will become multiplication. Then you should know the magnitude spectrum. So it is the graph of magnitude versus frequency. Magnitude x of omega versus frequency. And it is even function, always. It is an even function. The magnitude spectrum is even function. Then phase spectrum. Phase spectrum is the graph of phase versus frequency. Then phase is denoted by argument x of omega, or you can say that phase spectrum or This is denoted by angle of x of omega. All these are the notations. And the phase spectrum is odd function. Always, if you plot, I give you any Fourier transform, and if you try to plot its spectrum, amplitude spectrum and phase spectrum, then definitely amplitude spectrum will be even function. Even function means symmetry will be in first and second quadrant. First quadrant will be same as second quadrant, and third quadrant will be same as fourth quadrant. If you try to plot a phase spectrum of any x of omega, if I give you any x of omega signal, and if you plot its phase spectrum, then that phase spectrum will be odd function. That means symmetry will be in first and third quadrant, second and fourth quadrant. Yes, second and fourth quadrant. So if I give you one question like, which one is correct phase spectrum? Which one is correct phase spectrum of x of omega? Of x of omega. Suppose this is one phase spectrum. Okay, I will just once again I will write the options. This is option A. This one is option B. Which one is the correct phase spectrum? You have to identify. Option C. And option D. Which one is the correct phase spectrum? So your answer for this is, because phase spectrum is odd function. Odd means symmetry in first and third, second and fourth. So this option C follows symmetry in first and second, third quadrant, and second and fourth quadrant. So this is an odd function. So this is the correct phase spectrum. Okay, so this much basics we should cover before we start the actual unit. So Fourier transform, unit number 5. So what is Fourier transform? Converts time domain signal into frequency domain. That means time domain signal x of t. Time domain signal we are representing by x of t, or you can represent it by y of t, or you can represent it by f of t, or you can represent it by g of t. All these are the notations. Then it is convert after taking their Fourier transform. After taking Fourier transform, we have frequency domain signal. So x of t will have x of omega, y of t will have y of omega, f of t will have f of omega, g of t will have g of omega. So we have converted time domain signal to frequency domain by taking the Fourier transform. It is transform. Transform means converting from one domain to another. Then definition of Fourier transform is, x of t is any signal. X of t is any time domain signal. Then its Fourier transform, x of omega equal to integration minus infinity to infinity x of t e raised to power minus j omega t dt. This is the Fourier transform. Then inverse Fourier transform. What is meaning of inverse Fourier transform? Converting frequency domain signal into time domain. So definition of inverse Fourier transform is, small x of t equal to 1 upon 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity x of omega e raised to power j omega t d omega. So what is the difference here in the two definitions? Exponential has negative sign in the normal definition of Fourier transform, and while taking inverse, exponential has positive sign. And again, there is a factor of 1 by 2 pi in the inverse definition. So you should remember these definitions. Now we will start with first Fourier transform. Find Fourier transform of delta t and sketch its spectrum. also sketch is spectrum. Okay, so here x of t is delta t. So use the definition. So x of omega equal to integration minus infinity to infinity x of t e raised to power minus j omega t dt. I use the definition. Now my x of t is delta t. Substitute here. So this becomes integration minus infinity to infinity delta t into e raised to power minus j omega t dt. Now delta t into any function by using this property, x of t into delta t is x of 0 into delta t. So similarly, e raised to minus j omega t into delta t will be e raised to minus j omega 0 into delta t. So t will be replaced by 0. And e raised to power minus j omega 0 is e raised to 0, e raised to 0 is 1. So this becomes simply delta t. So e raised to minus j omega t delta t becomes delta t. Substitute here. So x of omega will be the Fourier transform delta t will be integration minus infinity to infinity delta t dt, and area under impulse is always 1. So Fourier transform of impulse signal is 1. Fourier transform of impulse is 1. Now we have to plot the spectrum. So this is a time domain signal. No need to draw the time domain signal, but for your understanding, I am just drawing it. This is the time domain signal. Then its Fourier transform is 1 and its amplitude spectrum. So 1 has amplitude spectrum, 1 only. Amplitude 1 here. This is the magnitude of x of omega. It will go till infinity. X axis will be omega. So this is the amplitude spectrum, and as you can see here, there is no imaginary term, only constant 1 is there, and angle is nothing but tan inverse imaginary upon real. So tan inverse 0, because imaginary is not present. In 1, there is no imaginary term present. So tan inverse 0. So its phase spectrum will be simply 0. This is the phase spectrum. This is the phase spectrum of delta t. Its phase spectrum will be 0. Okay. Now next question. Find Fourier transform of A into 2 pi delta omega. A into 2 pi delta omega. Find Fourier transform. Find Fourier transform of A. Find Fourier transform of, or I will just change the question. Find inverse Fourier transform of A into 2 pi delta omega. So I have to determine the inverse Fourier transform. So I need to use inverse Fourier transform definition. So what is inverse Fourier transform definition? Solution by definition of inverse Fourier transform. So according to definition, x of t is integration minus infinity to infinity x of omega e raised to power j omega t d omega. This is inverse Fourier transform definition. Now what is x of omega given? A into 2 pi delta omega. Sorry, definition of inverse Fourier transform is 1 upon 2 pi. Don't forget this 2 pi in the inverse definition. Yes, 1 upon 2 pi. So now what is your x of omega? A into 2 pi delta omega. Substitute here. So 1 upon 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity A into 2 pi delta omega into e raised to power j omega t d omega. Then A 2 pi is a constant, take outside, 2 pi cancel. So this becomes A into integration minus infinity to infinity delta omega into e raised to j omega t d omega. Now we know that x of omega into delta omega is equals to x of 0 into delta omega. So e raised to j omega t into delta omega will be 0. Omega की जगह पे 0. So e raised to j into 0 into t delta omega. That means e raised to 0 is 1. So this becomes delta omega. So substitute here. So this becomes a times integration minus infinity to infinity delta omega d omega. Area under impulse is always 1. So its answer is A. So the inverse Fourier transform x of t is A. We can say that A has Fourier transform A into 2 pi delta omega. A into 2 pi delta omega. Now, if I plot the spectrum, time domain signal is A. This is the time domain signal, constant A, it has amplitude A. This is time domain signal. Then spectrum, what Fourier transform we got? A into 2 pi delta omega. So its spectrum is delta omega is present at the origin. So this is the sketch of A into 2 pi delta omega. So we will get one spike at the origin. In the frequency domain, we will get the spike at the origin. So this is the spectrum of A into 2 pi delta omega. Now again there is no imaginary term. This is real term. Delta omega is also real signal. So phase spectrum will be 0. Phase spectrum will be 0. So this is the phase spectrum of delta omega. This is magnitude spectrum and this is the phase spectrum. Impulse is a even signal. There is one small rectangular strip here and that rectangular strip is symmetrical with respect to first quadrant and second quadrant. So it is an even signal. Now next question, find Fourier transform of e raised to minus 3t u of t and calculate spectrum or calculate magnitude at omega equal to 4. Calculate magnitude at omega equal to 4. Calculate phase at omega equal to 4. These two things we have to calculate. Calculate magnitude and phase at omega equal to 4. So what is Fourier transform of e raised to minus 3t u of t? You already know, or we can have a small derivation. From that also we can get. But I will use directly now. Solution, the Fourier transform of e raised to minus 80 u of t is 1 upon a plus j omega. Similarly, e raised to minus 3t u of t has Fourier transform 1 upon 3 plus j omega. Now, we got the first part of our answer. Second part is we have to calculate magnitude at omega equal to 4. Your x of omega is 1 upon 3 plus j omega. Now we need to calculate magnitude at omega equal to 4. So what is the magnitude? 1 upon 3 plus 4j. So what is the magnitude value? So its magnitude value is 1 upon magnitude of 1 upon 3 plus 4j. So 1 upon under root 3 square plus 4 square. So answer is 1 by 5. Answer is 1 by 5. So magnitude at omega equal to 4 is 1 by 5. Next part is calculate phase at omega equal to 4. Phase at omega equal to 4. So what will be phase? So I can write argument x of omega equal to angle of 1 upon 3 plus 4j. So it is nothing but one has angle 0 degree, denominator angle tan inverse 4 upon 3, imaginary upon real. So what is value of tan inverse 4 by 3? Anyone? So angle 0 upon, anyone please tell me tan inverse 4 by 3? 53.13 degree. When it comes in the numerator, it will be subtracted. So 0 minus angle 53.13 degree. So overall angle is minus 53.13 degree. So this is the phase at omega equal to 4. So now these things are new to you. So MCQ type questions can be like x of t equal to e raised to power 2t u of minus t. Calculate magnitude at omega equal to 2 and phase at omega equal to 2. So this is a 2-mark question. So you can try now. So before that, I will give you the Fourier transform. E raised to at u of minus t as Fourier transform because it is a stable signal opposite sign. Yes or no? 2 and minus, here plus sign, here minus sign. That means it is a stable signal. For Fourier stable signal, we can have the Fourier transform. Its Fourier transform is 1 upon a minus j omega. So e raised to 2t u of minus t will have Fourier transform 1 upon 2 minus j omega. Now we need to calculate magnitude at omega equal to 2. So magnitude will be, magnitude x of omega will be 1 upon under root so magnitude of 1 upon 2 minus j omega. Now we have to calculate at omega equal to 2. So this will be magnitude at omega equal to 2. That means 2 minus 2j. What is magnitude of 2 minus 2j? What is magnitude of 2 minus 2j? So 1 upon under root 2 square plus 2 square. That means 1 upon under root 8 is the answer. So this is the magnitude, or 1 upon 2 root 2 is the answer. Then phase spectrum. So argument x of omega equal to numerator as angle 0 degree, denominator angle tan inverse minus 2 by 2. That means tan inverse 1 minus 1. So minus pi by 4. 0 upon angle minus pi by 4. When it goes in the numerator, it becomes plus pi by 4. But these coordinates are present where? 2 minus minus 2. What are the coordinates here? 2 minus 2. This is real axis. This is imaginary axis. So where these coordinates are present? 2 minus 2. 2 is here. Real part is 2. Imaginary part is here. Minus 2. These are present over here. Answer is plus pi by 4 or minus pi by 4. Yeah, it is present in the fourth quadrant. 2 minus 2. Answer is plus pi by 4 or minus pi by 4. Answer is plus pi by 4 or minus pi by 4. Tan inverse minus 1 is minus 45. When it goes in the numerator, it becomes plus 45. अरे ये कैलकुलेशन के बाद आंसर पाई बाय 4 आया कि माइनस पाई बाय 4 आया? ओके, आफ्टर कैलकुलेशन आंसर इज प्लस 45 डिग्री. बट दिस इज प्रेजेंट इन द फोर्थ क्वाड्रेंट. दिस इज 0 डिग्री, दिस इज 90 डिग्री, 180 डिग्री and 270 degree. So our answer must be between 0 and 270 degree because the coordinates are 2 and minus 2. Okay, so for time being you should know that हमारा आंसर 270 और 360 के बीच में आएगा. 270 और 360 के बीच में आएगा. तो आंसर हियर इज pi by 4. तो 270 और 360 के बीच में आंसर विल बी 315 डिग्री. करेक्ट आंसर फॉर द आर्गुमेंट इज 315 डिग्री. 315 or minus 45. So this point I will cover it in today's lecture. What will be angle depending on the coordinates. So this is the angle, that angle will be 315 degree or minus 45 degree. Just quickly I will cover this point that this is 0 degree, 90, 180, 270. If coordinates are here, then angle must be between 0 and 270 and 360 degree. If coordinates are in fourth quadrant. Okay. So e raised to minus 80 u of t has Fourier transform 1 upon a plus j omega. Magnitude is 1 upon under root a square plus omega square. If you plot the graph for different values of omega, if your omega is varied, if you are trying to plot the magnitude spectrum for different values of omega, like omega equal to 0, so this will be 1 by a at omega equal to 0. यहाँ पे omega equal to 0 है, देखो तो यहाँ पे amplitude मिलेगा 1 by a. Now as you are putting some values of omega, ठीक है, so it is a decreasing function because omega is there in the denominator. Square of any number is positive, so its amplitude spectrum is like this. This is the amplitude spectrum of e raised to minus 80 u of t. And its phase spectrum, so we have the angle, इसका angle कितना है 1 upon a plus j omega का angle minus tan inverse omega by a. This is the angle. Okay, so its phase angle is angle x of omega is minus tan inverse omega by a. So it's, if you try to plot for different values of omega, here omega is 0, the angle comes out as like this. Omega equal to 0, angle will be 0. ओमेगा इक्वल टू 0 पे एंगल कितना रहेगा 0. हमने ओमेगा इक्वल टू 2 पे देखे एंगल आया था 315 डिग्री. मैक्सिमम इज ओमेगा वैल्यू मैक्सिमम इज इंफिनिटी. तो ओमेगा इक्वल टू इंफिनिटी मतलब angle will be how much? If you put omega equal to infinity, angle will be minus tan inverse infinity upon a. That means what is minus tan inverse infinity? 90 degree. So minus tan inverse infinity is 90 degree. So its angle is, maximum limit of the angle is minus pi. So limit here is minus pi by 2 to plus pi. So this is the phase spectrum if you plot it for different values of omega. You may be, for you people, question will be there that what will be magnitude at particular omega, what will be angle at particular omega. So you should be able to calculate it. दिखा दे पर्टिकुलर ओमेगा के लिए मैग्नीट्यूड कितना है, दिखा दे पर्टिकुलर ओमेगा के लिए एंगल कितना है. These type of questions you should be able to solve. Okay, we are not expecting that you should plot a complete frequency response because this itself is a 8-mark question to plot a complete frequency response, to plot a complete spectrum. But for MCQ type, you should be able to calculate magnitude at one particular frequency and angle at one particular frequency. Next question, find Fourier transform of e raised to minus 3 mod of t. Calculate magnitude at omega equal to 4, phase at omega equal to 4. Okay, so e raised to solution, e raised to minus a mod t Fourier transform is 2a upon a square plus omega square. A here is 3. So e raised to minus 3 mod of t has Fourier transform 2 into 3 upon 3 square plus omega square. That means 6 upon 9 plus omega square. This is the answer. So magnitude x of omega will be, there is no real part. So under root numerator under root separate, denominator under root separate. There is no imaginary part, na? So magnitude will be okay under root 6 square plus 0 square upon under root 9 plus omega square plus 0 square. So this will be simply 6 upon 9 plus omega square. This is the magnitude. Okay, because there is no imaginary part. अगर कोई आपको पूछे 5 का मैग्नीट्यूड क्या है, 5 is a real number, magnitude is 5. So we need to calculate at omega equal to 4. Substitute omega equal to 4 here. X of omega at omega equal to 4. So 6 upon 9 plus 4 square. That means 6 upon 9 plus 16. So 6 upon 25 is the answer. This is the answer of magnitude. Okay. Now angle, anyone? ये रियल नंबर है, एंगल कितना आएगा? एक रियल नंबर है, एंगल कितना आएगा? वेरी गुड, 0 डिग्री. Angle will be 0 degree because angle formula is angle x of omega will be tan inverse imaginary upon real. Imaginary is 0, so this becomes tan inverse 0 upon some real. Tan inverse 0 is 0, so its phase spectrum will be 0 only. For all omega the phase spectrum will be 0. आप कोई भी वैल्यू लो ओमेगा की, आपको फेज स्पेक्ट्रम 0 ही मिलेगा. दिस इज द फेज स्पेक्ट्रम. एंड अगर आप ओमेगा वैरी करेंगे, if you vary the omega, so what will be omega, this magnitude at omega equal to 0? At omega equal to 0, what will be magnitude? 6 upon 9 plus 0. 6 by 9. By 9. And its magnitude spectrum is, it is not expected that you should plot, but I am just giving you the idea. This is the magnitude spectrum. Important बात क्या है यहाँ पे? That magnitude spectrum is even, phase spectrum is odd. The Fourier transform of delta t plus 2 e raised to power minus 3 mod of t is, and 4 options are there. So delta t has Fourier transform 1 and e raised to power minus a mod of t has Fourier transform 2a upon a square plus omega square. So use this formula. So Fourier transform answer will be 1 plus 2 is already there, 2 into 2a. So 2 into a value is 3 divided by a square. A value is 3, so 3 square is 9 plus omega square. Cross multiply. So this becomes 9 plus omega square plus this 4 into 3 12 divided by omega square plus 9. The final answer is omega square plus 21 divided by omega square plus 9. So correct answer is option C. Next question. Fourier transform of e raised to power minus at u of minus t, and 4 options are there. Exist for real value of a, does not exist for any real value of a, exist if real value of a is strictly negative, exist if real value of a is strictly positive. So according to option C, if I take a value as negative, strictly negative, that means for example a equal to minus 4, then this becomes e raised to power minus, a value is minus 4 into t u of minus t. So that is nothing but e raised to 4t u of e raised to 4t u of minus t. Opposite sign means stable. So this e raised to 4t u of minus t becomes stable. So if a is strictly negative, then this Fourier, this signal is stable signal, and for stable signal we can have the Fourier transform. Because of opposite sign, the signal becomes stable, and Fourier transform exists for only stable signal. So for A is strictly negative, Fourier transform will exist. Answer is option C. Now next is find Fourier transform of signum of t. So first of all, I will just plot the sketch of signum function. Its amplitude is 1 and its amplitude is -1. For t greater than 0, the amplitude is 1, and for t less than 0, amplitude is -1, and at t equal to 0, it is discontinuous. At t equal to 0, it is discontinuous between -1 to 1. Okay. So if I differentiate this signal, so for t greater than 0, that means this positive side, its derivative will be 0, and for t less than 0, that means this negative side, its derivative will be 0. But at the origin, it is a discontinuous function, and the signal is going from -1 to +1. The signal is going in this direction. So whenever the signal goes from minus, means lower to upper side, then in that case derivative impulse is a positive impulse. If the signal goes from, if a discontinuous function goes from positive to negative side, then in that case it is a negative impulse. If the differentiation will be negative impulse. So you let x of t is signum t and its derivative d by dt x of t. So its derivative will be, what is the change here? -1 to +1. So the total change is 2 times. So it is nothing but 2 times delta t. Because it is going from minus to plus, lower to upper side, that's why positive impulse will come. So the derivative of signum function is 2 times delta t. So if I take the Fourier transform here, so d by dt x of t has Fourier transform j omega x of omega, and 2 delta t has Fourier transform 2 into 1. So x of omega becomes 2 divided by j omega, and my x of t is signum t, that means x of omega is the Fourier transform of signum function. So important result that Fourier transform of signum t is 2 divided by j omega. Fourier transform of signum t is 2 divided by j omega. Now one concept that you know, that impulse function, what will happen if I differentiate the impulse function? So this is suppose xy axis, this is origin, and I will draw impulse signal with red color. So this is the practical impulse. With the help of microscope, you can see that there is one rectangular strip like this. It is a, means it is a microscopic version of the impulse signal, that we can have one rectangle at the origin which has infinite amplitude. So what will happen if I differentiate this? So now you can see that it is a discontinuous, but now here it is going in the upward direction. It is going in the upward direction. So if I differentiate this, I will get one positive impulse like this. And if I differentiate this signal, now it is going in the downward direction. It is going in the downward direction. I will get one negative impulse. So overall differentiation of impulse is one positive impulse and one negative impulse. So this is nothing but delta dash of t, derivative of impulse function. So derivative of impulse function is denoted by this, one positive impulse and one negative impulse. Okay. Find Fourier transform of u of t. Okay. So solution. So u of t is made up of even part and odd part. So u of t can be written as even part of u of t, because any signal is made up of even part of that signal and odd part of that signal. So odd part of u of t. So what is even part of u of t? 1 by 2. What is the odd part of u of t? 1 by 2 signum t. So this is nothing but our signal unit step. So I will be taking this thing for finding out the Fourier transform. So take the Fourier transform. Take Fourier transform. So Fourier transform of u of t equal to Fourier transform of u of t equal to, what is Fourier transform of 1 by 2? What is Fourier transform of 1 by 2? A has Fourier transform A into 2 pi delta omega. So 1 by 2 has Fourier transform 1 by 2 into 2 pi delta omega plus 1 by 2 times. What is Fourier transform of signum t? Just now we have seen signum t has Fourier transform 2 divided by j omega, because 1 by 2 is a constant and signum t Fourier transform is 2 divided by j omega. So 2 cancel. So final answer is Fourier transform of unit step signal is pi delta omega plus 1 upon j omega, or 1 upon j omega plus 1 upon j omega plus pi times delta omega. In some books, you may find Fourier transform as 1 by j omega. That is incorrect because they are not considering the continuity. So this is how we can determine the Fourier transform of unit step signal. It is 1 by j omega plus pi times delta omega. It is an important result with 4 options. Even in the competitive exam, this question is there. What is Fourier transform of unit step signal? So answer is 1 by j omega plus pi times delta omega. Okay. Next, prove that integration minus infinity to t x of tau d tau equal to, so this is the integration property of any signal. In derivative, we are multiplying by j omega. In integration, what we will do? We will, with derivative, we will multiply by j omega, right? When we differentiate, we multiply by j omega. When we are integrating, we need to divide by j omega. So now we have to prove this thing, x of omega divided by j omega plus pi x of 0 delta omega. This thing we have to prove. Okay. So first of all, I will write what is u x of t convolution u of t. Proof. What is x of t convolution u of t? So use convolution formula. So integration minus infinity to infinity x of tau into u of t minus tau d tau. Then this u of t minus tau is present from minus infinity to t. When we are sketching this with respect to tau, this u of t minus tau is present from minus infinity to t. You can refer the video of convolution integral if you have some doubt. So as unit step signal has amplitude 1 and it is present from minus infinity to t, so integration limits will be minus infinity to t. I told you that whenever unit step function will come, integration limits will change. So this will be x of tau into d tau. और यही चीज हमको प्रूव करना है that this thing is, its Fourier transform is this. Its Fourier transform is this much. This we have to prove. Okay. So I found this result that integration minus infinity to t x of tau d tau is x of t convolution u of t. Okay. ये चीज हमारी इंटीग्रेशन जो है x of t convolution u of t. तो x of t convolution u of t. So take Fourier transform. So convolution x of t Fourier transform x of omega, u of t Fourier transform थोड़ी देर पहले हमने देखे थे, u of t Fourier transform 1 by j omega plus pi delta omega. So substitute there. Convolution becomes multiplication. Star becomes multiplication. So 1 by j omega plus pi times delta omega. So this is the Fourier of x of t convolution u of t. So just multiply with x of omega. It becomes x of omega divided by j omega plus pi into x of omega into delta omega. But x of omega into delta omega is what? It is nothing but x of 0 into delta omega. Substitute here. So we get the result that Fourier of u of t convolution, sorry, x of t convolution u of t is x of omega divided by j omega plus pi. X of omega into delta omega is x of 0 into delta omega. And this is x of t convolution u of t is integration minus infinity to t x of tau d tau. So this is the proof of this integration property. So you are supposed to remember this with 4 options. You should be able to identify what is the correct integration property of Fourier transform. Okay. Next question, that find Fourier transform of d by dt e raised to minus at into u of t. And there are 4 options: j omega upon a minus j omega, 1 upon j omega bracket a plus j omega, 1 upon j omega bracket a minus j omega, last option j omega upon a plus j omega. Solution, one line answer. Okay, 30 more seconds. One line answer, option D. Yes. So we have seen that d by dt x of t has Fourier transform j omega x of omega. So here x of t is e raised to minus at u of t. X of omega is Fourier transform of e raised to minus at u of t is 1 upon a plus j omega. So use this property. So answer is Fourier transform of d by dt x of t is j omega divided by a plus j omega. This is the answer. Okay. Now my important interest point is that I should solve by other method also. So alternate method. Alternate method that d by dt e raised to minus at u of t. So I will first differentiate this in the time domain. So this is derivative of u into v, u into v. So first term constant d by dt u of t plus u of t constant d by dt e raised to minus at. So it becomes e raised to minus at. Derivative of unit step is delta t, because unit step is a constant. Constant derivative is 0, but at origin we are having lot of change. So when we differentiate this, we get the impulse. So derivative of unit step is delta t plus u of t is a constant here, and derivative of e raised to minus at is minus a e raised to minus at. Okay. So this is the differentiation in the time domain. So now you know that x of t into delta t is what? X of 0 delta t. So e raised to minus at into delta t is what? E raised to 0 into delta t. So that is nothing but delta t. ये इम्पल्स की प्रॉपर्टी है. तो ये चीज क्या हो गई? e raised to minus at delta t is delta t plus sorry minus sign here, minus a e raised to minus at into u of t. So now take the Fourier transform. Take Fourier transform. So it is nothing but 1 minus a into 1 upon a plus j omega cross multiply. So a plus j omega minus a divided by a plus j omega, complete a plus j omega. So again we will get the same answer. We will get the same answer. तो मेरा इंटरेस्ट ये था आपको बताने का कि कैसे इस चीज का डेरिवेटिव फाइंड आउट किया जाता टाइम डोमेन में. हाउ वी फाइंड द डेरिवेटिव इन द टाइम डोमेन. Okay. Similarly, if you try for the Laplace of this d by dt e raised to minus at into u of t. So by Laplace, its Laplace transform is s into e raised to minus at u of t has Laplace 1 upon s plus a. Okay, this is the answer, but this answer is incorrect. This answer is incorrect. Okay, because if you differentiate it in the time domain, you will get some another answer. आपको अलग आंसर मिलेगा. अगर आप इसको डिफरेंशिएट करके लैप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म लेंगे, ये आंसर नहीं मिलेगा और ये आंसर गलत है. दिस इज द रॉन्ग आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन. द रीजन इज दैट here whenever we are solving differential equation, we are assuming that initial conditions are 0, or that is provided in the question that initial conditions are 0. But here this e raised to minus at into u of t, it has initial value 1. At t equal to 0, the value is 1. So initial value of this signal is 1. और डेरिवेटिव की अगर पूरी की पूरी प्रॉपर्टी की बात करें हम लैप्लास में, तो इट हैज लैप्लास s x of s minus x of 0. This is the initial condition. Okay, so now if you take the by this property, so its answer initial value of the signal is 1. t equal to 0 पे initial value मिलेगी जो कि 1 है. तो इसका करेक्ट लैप्लास का आंसर है s upon s plus a minus 1. तो ये हो गया s minus a upon s plus a. So minus a upon s plus a is the answer. This is the correct answer for this Laplace. Okay, now quickly I will just write some properties and then we will try to solve some questions. So properties of Fourier transform. So number 1, time shift. So x of t minus alpha Fourier transform is e raised to power minus shift in one domain results into exponential multiplication in another domain. Again, here minus sign, here minus sign, same sign. Time shift में same sign. Time shift में same sign. Then frequency shift. Second property, frequency shift. So if the signal is multiplied by exponential, then in the frequency domain we have shift. Again, in frequency shift, there is opposite sign. Whenever the shift is in frequency domain, exponential and shift has opposite sign. Third, time scaling. So x of at has Fourier transform 1 by a x of omega by a. Convolution, x of t convolution h of t x of omega into h of omega. Then differentiation d by dt x of t j omega x of omega. Sixth property, integration minus infinity to t x of tau d tau Fourier transform x of omega divided by j omega plus pi x of 0 delta omega. Seventh, duality. If x of t has Fourier transform x of omega, then capital X of t has Fourier transform 2 pi x of minus omega. ये हम इससे बहुत सारे न्यूमेरिकल्स सॉल्व करेंगे. Then 8, area under x of t. Area under x of t. So capital X of 0 equal to integration minus infinity to infinity x of t to t. Fourier transform at origin. Fourier transform at origin will give you the area under x of t. Fourier transform at origin is equals to area under time domain signal. Ninth, area under x of omega. So it is nothing but 2 pi x of 0 integration minus infinity to infinity x of omega d omega. Area means integration. Area means integration. So these are 9 properties, and one more property, that energy of x of t. That means integration minus infinity to infinity mod of x of t square. So its Fourier transform is, or this is equal to, this thing is equal to 1 upon 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity mod of x of omega square d omega. So you can say that energy of x of t is same as energy of x of omega, but it is getting multiplied by the factor 1 upon 2 pi. So energy of x of t equal to energy of its Fourier transform. Energy of x of t equal to energy of its Fourier transform multiplied by factor of 1 upon 2 pi. I hope this is new property और ये property आपको clear हुई होगी, that both are having same energy but a factor is there 1 upon 2 pi. Okay, this relation is called as Parseval relation. और अभी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम में ये रिलेशन काफी यूज में है. वन क्वेश्चन बेस्ड ऑन टाइम शिफ्टिंग. पहले मुझे बताओ प्रेसिडेंस रूल में पहले क्या होता है? टाइम शिफ्ट. बाद में फर्स्ट वी डू इन प्रेसिडेंस, अकॉर्डिंग टू प्रेसिडेंस रूल फर्स्ट वी परफॉर्म टाइम शिफ्ट, सेकंड वी परफॉर्म पहले टाइम शिफ्ट देन टाइम स्केलिंग. तो सिमिलरली मैं आपके लिए प्रॉपर्टी लिख के रखता, आप ट्राई करो ये क्वेश्चन को. दैट एक्स ऑफ टी माइनस अल्फा फोरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म इज e raised to power minus j omega alpha x of omega, and x of at has Fourier transform 1 by a x of omega by a. प्रेसिडेंस रूल में पहले टाइम शिफ्ट होता, बाद में टाइम स्केलिंग होती. तो ऐसे ही अगर कोई क्वेश्चन है जिसमें कंबाइनली प्रॉपर्टीज है तो आपको सॉल्व करते आना चाहिए. तो दिस इज अ ग्रेट एग्जाम क्वेश्चन. यू ट्राई. आई विल गिव यू 1 minute. टेक योर टाइम. फर्स्ट अप्लाई टाइम शिफ्ट प्रॉपर्टी, देन अप्लाई स्केलिंग प्रॉपर्टी. First apply time shift property, then apply time scaling property. A, B, C, D. Take your time, no issue. Okay, one student getting answer A. A, B, C. अरे बाप, 3 different answer I am getting. A, B, C. B तो होगा ही नहीं. B और D नहीं होगा. शिफ्ट में निगेटिव साइन है, टाइम में शिफ्ट है, यहाँ पे निगेटिव साइन है, एक्सपोनेंशियल को निगेटिव साइन आएगा. सो B and D आर इनकरेक्ट. एक्सपोनेंशियल को नेगेटिव साइन आएगा. नाउ यू आर लेफ्ट विथ ओनली 50%. A and C. Okay, so majority is with A. Correct answer is A. आपको एक चीज का ध्यान रख, पहले हम शिफ्ट अप्लाई करेंगे एक्स ऑफ टी माइनस थ्री, तो ई रेस टू पावर माइनस थ्री जे ओमेगा एक्स ऑफ ओमेगा. देन सेकंड एक्स ऑफ फाइव टी माइनस थ्री. नाउ वी विल स्केल, तो फाइव फैक्टर इज फाइव, सो वन बाय फाइव ई रेस टू पावर माइनस थ्री जे ओमेगा बाय फाइव. जहां पे भी ओमेगा है वहां पे ओमेगा बाय ए लिखना है. फैक्टर ए फाइव है इंटू एक्स ऑफ omega by 5. So wherever there is omega, replace it with omega by 5. The correct answer for this question is option A. Next, tell me the Fourier transform of x of 3t plus 4. I will write the options. 1 by 3 e raised to power 4j omega x of omega by 3. 1 by 3 e raised to power minus 4j omega x of omega by 3. 1 by 3 e raised to power minus 4j omega by 3 x of omega by 3. And last option 1 by 3 e raised to power 4j omega by 3 x of omega by 3. तो शिफ्ट में पॉजिटिव साइन है तो आंसर में भी पॉजिटिव साइन आएगा एक्सपोनेंशियल को. तो वी आर लेफ्ट विथ ऑप्शन ए एंड ऑप्शन डी. वी आर लेफ्ट विथ ऑप्शन ए एंड ऑप्शन डी. और पहले शिफ्ट हो गया, उसके बाद में 3 से स्केल होगा, तो ओमेगा की जगह पे ओमेगा बाय 3 आएगा. तो करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन इज ऑप्शन डी.